Hey, it's LP3 Customs. I know it's been a while since I've done a video. Sorry about that, but here I have 4 new DC Customs. Happy New Year, everyone. And I'm just going to do a video on all 4 together. So from left to right, it's John Fox Flash from the 27th century, the Question, Donna Troy, and the classic Nightwing suit. So let's get into each figure. So first here is the John Fox Flash. Like I said, he's from the future, the 27th century. This character was mainly around in the 90s, I think. But I just thought he would be a cool custom to make just because I really like his suit design. So I made this guy first out of the 4 customs. So you can see he's mostly got a blue suit with some black and some red lightning throughout, which I thought was pretty cool. So the legs I painted the blue bit, the blue part all around, and as well as the red lightning. The torso, same thing, I painted all the details you see except for the lightning bolt in the middle. That was actually printed out and then I glued it on there. But yeah, it's because I tried painting it but it really didn't look good, so I just decided to cut it out. And then the back of the torso I painted, obviously. The arms, they have quite a bit of detail, and then he's got like these gauntlets. They have some function, I kind of forget what they do, but yeah, so those were sculpted out of green stuff and then painted silver, and the silver continues onto his gloves. So yeah, that's pretty cool. And then his face, I thought came out really well. I used like one of the smiling Superman faces for his smile and the cheekbones, and then I painted the black mask and the white eyes, and I think that came out really well. And then his hairpiece was the Man-Bat hairpiece, and then I sanded off the ears on the side and painted all like this dark blue with the white hair strands in the front. And then his instead of lightning bolt ears, he's got like these wing things you can see. So those were cut out of like plastic and then painted yellow, and I glued those on there. So that's about it. I'm pretty happy with how this one came out. Like I said, I mainly made him for his suit design, so that's about it. So let's move on to the next custom. So next up is the Question. This is a pretty cool character. I mainly know him from Justice League Unlimited. But yeah, so I've always wanted like Lego to make him, but obviously Lego hasn't been giving DC a lot of sets or figures recently, so that's kind of a shame. But so for the Question, I just decided to make a custom of him. So his legs are just dark blue legs with some normal blue painted around them to make it look like a long jacket or trench coat, whatever he wears. And then the torso was painted. The dark blue was painted along with the yellow shirt underneath and the gray tie. This was mostly based off his video game design, and I think it was Lego Batman 3. It may have been Lego DC Supervillains, I'm not sure, but I liked his design in that game, so I just based it off that. And then his arms and hands are not painted at all, they're just blue and black. The head was obviously very simple. He's got no face, so I just used a blank flesh head. And then the hat piece I painted blue with the black ribbon thing, whatever it is that goes around. So I like the hat. I think it came out pretty well. And then the hair piece was just a hair piece that I cut and glued to the hat. So it looks like he's got hair under his hat. And then that was painted black. So, like I said, this was probably the simplest custom of the 4, but I still really like the way he came out. So here's Donna Troy. This also was mainly based off her video game design in Lego DC Supervillains. I really liked that design, and I just thought I should make it into a custom. So this one's mostly just painting, but I really like how it came out. So the legs are just black legs, but I painted the gunmetal silver boots. Yeah, so I like that color, and I think it came out nice. And she's got the 3 stars on each side of her legs. Those were kind of hard to do, but they came out okay, I think. Then she's got gray stripes that run across her legs. I think those are pretty good. And then her torso was sanded down by the hips to just, you know, make the hips curved like they are in the design. But Lego always just prints in the hips, but with a custom you can sand them in, so that's what I did. And then the torso was all painted, a lot of lines and stripes and stuff, but there are the stars on the side of the torso you can just barely see, but only one of them is pretty much like a full star. The rest of them are like cut off because they are supposed to wrap around to the side of her torso. But yeah, so I think that came out okay. She's got the belt, which I think came out alright. There is not much torso print paint detail, just because I knew it was going to be covered up by the hairpiece, but I did paint the belt a little bit, so you can see that on the back. And her arms were painted. You know, she's got the fan braces or whatever they're called. Those are painted on there. I think those came out pretty nice. And then her hands are just, I decided to go with black hands, but I painted on the flesh fingertips, so I think those came out alright. And then she has this sword, which is a sword she had in the game, and I think it's a pretty good match for her. And the face was just a Rey face from Star Wars sequel sets, but I erased the freckles and I painted the eyebrows black, and I think that works quite well. And then the hairpiece was I don't know which hairpiece it's called, but it's one of the female hairpieces, and it actually has like 2 strands in the front, which originally I left on there, but it covered up a lot of the torso, so I cut those off and then I painted the whole hair black. I think it works pretty well. So that's about it for Donna Troy. I'm pretty proud of how this one came out. So let's move on to the last figure. So last here's the classic retro Nightwing outfit from his original appearance in the comics. A lot of people think it's goofy, and you know, it's not my favorite. I prefer the modern costume as well, but I think it's kind of cool looking, so I decided to make this. So he's got a dark blue outfit underneath, so like the legs, it's dark blue legs with like a light blue painted on there for the boots. Those wrap around all 4 sides. His torso was painted with the chest showing and some detail going around the torso, like the blue and the yellow with the black lines, and I think those came out alright. Yeah, I don't know, not much to say, but everything on this figure was painted except for the smile on the face, which was just a Lego printed smile. But I did paint the mask, and I think the mask came out really nice. The arms were painted with the yellow continuing from the front of the torso to the back, as well as his light blue gloves were painted on there. The back of the torso continues the yellow pattern, and yeah, I think that came out pretty good. I think it's better on the front, but it's okay on the back. His hairpiece is just a standard black hairpiece. I think it works well for him. And then the collar, I actually didn't paint the collar at all. It just matched the color of his outfit. It was from the Vitruvius figure from the Lego movie. It's got the like sparkles on the back, which isn't quite accurate, but it doesn't look that bad. Because a lot of people do call it the disco Nightwing outfit, so kind of the shininess on the back kind of looks like a disco ball, so it kind of fits. But yeah, so that was cut up. It was a normal size cape, so I cut it to be like a collar, and I think that works well. So that's about it for the last custom, and about it for the whole video. So if you guys enjoyed, you know, like and stuff, I think I have close to 1,000 subscribers, so that's cool. And hopefully my next video will be out soon. Most likely won't be out until the summer, but let me know any customs you'd like me to make, and I'll see you guys next time.